If you aren't getting sales in your Etsy store, then you might be in one of two camps. Camp you think you're adding value, but you're actually copying, or camp you feel like everything's been done before and so you're paralyzed and end up doing nothing. Either way, it's not good. So in this video, we'll go over the most common mistakes that a lot of sellers make in accidentally copying, and then we'll go over how to join the camp of confidently knowing how to add value and start actually making money with your print-on-demand business. Let's start with what copying really looks like. The first seller who took this popular Kitty Biscuits bakery design and turned it into a Christmas version that says Jolly Biscuits Club, We Need Biscuits, and Raise Spirits really added a lot of value. It's the same idea, but they turned it into something that was all their own. This was a really great example of adding value. And we'll talk about which example of the 6 ways to add value this one is later. But let's look at some people who copied. So some people saw that that first seller made that design, and they made designs like these, which technically is not a pixel for pixel copy. They use different graphics. It looks a little bit different, but it really is copying. Copying doesn't mean that you stole a picture of their design and made one that looks identical. You just didn't add value. And hundreds of sellers are going to do this to every best-selling design. So instead of being in a sea of copycats, I want you to learn how to add value and make something your own to actually make some more money. Same with this Just a Jolly Goose design. This was one of the most popular of the Christmas season. So the first one, super cute and great, but all the copycats after, just changing out the goose to be a little bit different isn't enough of a value add. Because again, now there's hundreds of designs that are just slight variations of the exact same idea. So in today's video, we'll go over the 6 most common ways to add value with your designs so that you have an exact framework of what this is actually going to look like in your business, and a list that you can look at to really get inspiration from so that you don't feel stuck when you go to design. And we'll actually deep dive into one of these ways to add value with lots of great design examples so you can see how to make some great value-added designs for your own store. The first way to add value is to trend combine. So this is when you combine 2 or 3 things that you've seen other sellers do into something new and unique. So let's look at an example. So here, this dancing skeleton design was really popular this fall, and so was this Halloween nurse design. And so this seller combined those two to be a Halloween nurse dancing skeleton design, which really added a lot of value in the nurse niche and wasn't copying either of them, but was just taking inspiration from those 2 ideas to make something new and unique. Now, I learned a lot about this process and what this really looks like from my favorite book about design called The Laws of Creativity by Joey Cofone. If you're looking for a good book to level up your mentality around designing, this is absolutely one that I would recommend picking up. The second way to add value is to play around with design placement. Now, this isn't just for clothing. You can do this with really lots of other products like drinkware especially, but let's look at this example. So this person had a cool mom minimalist design style. Another seller had a kind of retro wavy cool mom's club design style mixed with cool dad's club. And this seller decided to put their design on the back of a shirt and then also have a pocket design on the front, really adding a lot of value by putting the design in a completely different place. So with clothing, it can be putting the design on the back or on the sleeve, putting it on the pocket. On drinkware, it can be putting the design sideways and another design on the front. It can really look like a lot of different ways, but that's one tool in your tool belt that you can use, is how could you put this design in a different spot that you've seen work for other sellers, but be the first one to do that for this niche or this design style. The third way is to make it personalizable. So for example, for this one, instead of just making an Auntie shirt, what if you made it a custom name Auntie shirt? Number 4 is to make it into a group listing. And again, this does not only apply to clothing products. You can make group matching listings for mugs, for ornaments, for any kind of drinkware, blankets. There's so many opportunities to be able to sell more than just one item instead. And that can really make you a lot more money in your business. So let's look at an example for this one. Instead of seeing this bestseller and just making a different floral tooth, you could take that idea and make a tooth design, but for a matching set of dental assistants. Number 5 is to use a different saying. So looking at this example, this person had a design that said God's silliest goose, and this other seller came up with a design that said Christian goose on the loose. Perfect example of the popular trend of Christian goose, but coming up with a totally different saying. Now, if you don't feel super creative, then one really great tool you can use is ChatGPT. This can be an awesome brainstorming tool where you can type in something like, give me 10 different phrases for this niche and see what it comes up with. And then number 6 is use a trending design style from another niche. So let's use this example. Let's say you saw this bestseller of the ghost reading a book in a chair. What if you combined it with the popular design style this year of the hand-drawn text with line drawing graphics all around it, like this one, and you came up with this one that says read more books. It's a totally different design, but it is made for the same target market of people looking for reading shirts mixed with Halloween. Using a trending design style from another niche is exactly the one I want to dive a little bit deeper into in this video, because with Black Friday just barely behind us and lots of great holidays on the horizon in the start of 2026, now is the perfect time to be looking to see what was trending, what sold really well for Christmas that you can get inspiration from and be the first one to bring it to Valentine's Day, bring it to St. Patrick's Day, and so on all throughout the year. Coming over here to Etsy, I typed in Christmas shirt. So what you'd do is you'd actually come to Etsy and see what's selling well for Christmas. If you don't sell shirts, you can type in whatever makes sense for your niche or your product. But just looking at some general niches of what sold well for Christmas to see what we can apply for Valentine's Day and St. Patrick's Day, for example, we can scroll through these results and see which items have a bestseller badge, or you can even use the Everbee Chrome extension to make this even faster. So Everbee is a research tool built right into Etsy. So right here you can see on Chrome, I have this little bar, and if I can click product analytics, I can actually get a lot of really great information of what sold well this Christmas super fast by clicking this Everbee database to look for all of the Christmas shirts on Etsy. And then I can actually filter these search results. And this is where a lot of the magic happens. If I click filter, I can sort by which listings are, say, less than 3 months old. So what was brand new this year and absolutely killed it. And then I can sort by which ones got the most sales. The last thing I like to sort by is physical items instead of digital. But if you sell digital items, you could sort by only digital. And here you'll find listings like this one that's 3 months old that sold 1,594 times. This one's 1 month old and sold 1,400 times. This one's 1 month old and sold 1,200 times. 2 months old and sold 1,100 times, and so on down the list. So you can really do a lot of great research here on Everbee to understand what sold super duper well for Christmas that you can apply to these upcoming holidays. And if you're watching this video right when it comes out, then I do have a link down in the description to Everbee's Black Friday weekend deal. And I have a special code for you all year round if you're watching this later on as well. But let's head over to Kittl, the design software, so I can show you exactly what this would look like in practice. I've been using Kittl to make designs way more often lately because of what I'm about to show you in this video. And just like with Everbee, they do have a Black Friday special. If you haven't signed up for them just yet, I'll have the details down in the description. But if you're watching this later, don't worry, I do have a normal coupon code that if you use my link to open a Kittl account, you get a special one-time discount code. So I'll have both of those down below for you. But let's do 2 examples that I built out for you so you can see what it looks like. And then I have a couple examples for us to do together. So let's pretend like you looked through the Etsy search results and you saw this mama Christmas design was selling really well. Now you don't want to make a mama Christmas design because Christmas is just about over. It's not time to be listing for that. What you do want to be listing for is Valentine's Day and St. Patrick's Day. Those are the next holidays that are coming up, and it's better to be listing in advance, especially again, using the trending design styles from another niche or holiday. So let's look at this example. You'll start a new project on Kittl, and on the first artboard, you're going to upload your inspiration photo. So for me, I made this design that says mama and has the bow. You can upload any artwork here that you like. And then what you'll do is you'll click this artboard button and click smartboard. Now that's gonna make this purple new box that gives you a box to put in a prompt for their Nano Banana connection for AI. And so it's gonna come up with the design for you based on what you gave it. Now I already did this example, so let me scroll up and show you what I came up with. So I asked it to make me a Valentine's Day mama design. That's all I put in was make this design, but for Valentine's Day. And it came up with this super cute design. Now AI is not always perfect, so I did it again where I clicked smartboard and I asked it to make me a matching one that says Minnie, but it actually said Mimi, which is a great idea because that is a popular grandma name that'll probably sell as well. And so I made another smartboard over here and asked it to change the second M to a capital N because it had trouble with it, and it made me the Minnie. So now, not only can I post the mama design all by itself on a shirt, a sweatshirt, a mug, a tote bag, whatever I want, I can also make a matching mommy and me set with the mama and Minnie, which is a really popular thing to do for Valentine's Day. And then you can even go further and you can ask it to make you a grandma design and do different grandma names. So you can, in just a few seconds, really build out tons of designs, whereas normally just making one of these designs would probably take me 10 minutes to go find the different patterns that I want for each one, go into Photopea and use a clipping mask. It's a whole thing. So trust me, this is way easier. You can also build it out in lots of other ways. The sky really is the limit. For this example, I made one that says auntie instead of just mama and Minnie. I also made one that says teach, since teachers for Valentine's Day sell really well. And then you could do the same thing for St. Patrick's Day. So I asked it to start from the beginning and make me this design, but for St. Patrick's Day, and it made me a really amazing, super cute design, which then I could keep building out for St. Patrick's Day. Hopefully you can really see the power of this. So let me show you one more example that I came up with. So let's say you saw this design is the bestseller for Halloween. You could, again, do the exact same thing. So I asked it to give me a similar design, but for Valentine's Day with a cat. And this is what I got. So this is a really popular design style in the last kind of 6 months to a year, which is like the 90s retro graphic artwork. And if you are a member of my monthly trend reports, you'd know that. But if you are not sure what design trends are actually popular right now, then you can always join my monthly trend reports in the description below. I release an hour-long video every month telling you what trending design styles there are and what niches you should be designing for in advance, like Valentine's Day and St. Patrick's Day, so that you're always early to them instead of feeling like you're always chasing it and behind. So then I asked it to do the same thing, but turn it into a 4-leaf clover for St. Patrick's Day. I didn't really love this little tag, so I asked it to make me another smart board and turn it into this. And then I thought to build it out even just a little bit further, since raccoons are really popular, I asked it to make me a raccoon version. So you can really make a web of whatever designs you want and keep testing and iterating things faster than you ever could without AI. But let's do a couple of examples together. Let's say you saw this Santa blowing bubbles as a bestseller on Etsy this season, and you're like, how could I apply that to Valentine's Day? Or how could I apply that to St. Patrick's Day? Let's go ahead and give it a try and see. So again, you start with the initial artboard with your design on it. That's your inspiration. And you click artboard, and then you click smartboard. And here's where you'll type in your prompt. So let's see if we can get it to do a Cupid design. So make me a design in this style, but of Cupid in a Valentine's Day design blowing a bubble. And let's see if that's enough for it to come up with a good design. And that actually turned out super cute. So little Cupid blowing a bubble. It doesn't look Santa themed at all, which I really like. So I think that's really fun. And then you can kind of keep going and do something like, make this a leprechaun. How do you spell leprechaun? A leprechaun blowing a bubble for a St. Patrick's Day design. So this is what it came up with. I think the St. Patrick's Day bubble is funny, but let's have it make another one because I do like it, and say, make the bubble pink. So it looks more like bubble gum still, and you can kind of keep editing things. I wouldn't have it remix the first one unless you're sure you don't like it, because then, you know, you might not be able to get it back. Okay, and there we go. Now it is a pink bubble. You know what, actually I just noticed it has wings. Leprechauns don't have wings, so make the bubble pink, and take away the wings. So you gotta be careful with AI, because if you don't catch funky things, your customers will. And there we have it, a cute leprechaun blowing a bubble. So really playing off of that popular Santa blowing bubble trend, but we're adding value by using it in a new niche or a new holiday. Here's another one that was really popular this year, these kind of like art brushstroke design styles. This would be something you'd really have to know how to use like Photoshop and use brushes for. So let's see what we can do with AI. So again, we'll click Smartboard after uploading our reference image to the first artboard. And here we'll say, make me a shamrock in the same design paintbrush stroke style. And we'll just see what it comes up with. Okay, so it took me a couple more tries. What ended up working is I said, make me a 4-leaf clover in the same style, but only using the greens, and don't add any of the sparkle gold. And I was finally able to get rid of the gold sparkles, and it gave me a really cool shamrock that I could actually put all on one item and just sell on, say, a sweatshirt. Let's do one last example together. Let's say you saw this popular faux patchwork style that's been doing really well for Christmas, and you want to apply it to Valentine's Day. Let's see if we can get it to make this faux patchwork style into 4 hearts. So I said, make me 4 hearts in the same faux patchwork style, but with Valentine's Day patterns, and let's see what we get. Okay, 4th time's the charm. So to finally get the patchwork style hearts that I was hoping for, this is what I had to do. So the first one, I asked it to make me 4 hearts in the same patchwork style, but with Valentine's Day patterns. It kept the little ornament things on top. And so then I asked it to make these heart-shaped and take away the gold holders above them and the bows. So doing kind of one thing at a time. And then lastly, I asked it to change the patterns to be 3 Valentine's Day patterns. And here it finally gave me the finished result that I was hoping for. So in just a couple of minutes, we already have 1, 2, 3, 4 designs that we could post in our store for the next upcoming holidays based on proven trends from Christmas, not to mention all the ones that I made right before I started recording, like this one and this one and this one, and these up here. So really this can speed up your process so much by using Kittl. So again, I do have the link for them down in the description. Even if you're not using Kittl to design, I hope you got a ton of value and ideas of ways that you can look at trends in different niches and apply them to your own. This can be true for any niche, not just holidays. So please remember the #1 rule of how it has to be either a new saying or a new design style. So when in doubt, go do some research in other niches and see how you can get inspired for the niche that you're designing for. Make sure that you are adding value. And if you enjoyed this video, put the word Valentine's Day down in the comments so that I know you made it all the way until the end. And make sure to subscribe for more great tutorials like this, and I'll see you in the next one.